Hello, welcome back to GameBehemoth. My name is Jacob, and today I'll be bringing you our first look at Blizzard's recent game Hearthstone, which is sort of a collectible card game in the theme of World of Warcraft, or I guess just the Warcraft universe in general. So right now, my friend has challenged me to a friendly duel here. I'll get right into the game and show you a bit of the mechanics. If you're interested in trying this, because I know you'd like to see what goes on here. You can challenge your friends and pick your deck from, there's 8 different classes that you can choose from. And it looks like there might actually be room for a 9th class here if they ever decide to add one to the game. So that's something to look forward to, but perhaps not because it wouldn't fit into other aspects. I think this game is in a very polished state, and I'll go ahead and give Blizzard, the guys, a nice plug for this because I find it quite appealing. I'm into card games and stuff myself. You know, I've played things in the past just casually with my friends who played like Magic the Gathering, and sort of this game is similar to that, or any other card game you might think of. Where you're like dueling your opponent with creatures and spells and shit that you summon. So right now, you get a starting hand. You actually get to choose whether or not you want to keep these cards, which I think is very nice. It reduces some of the punishing glare of like the random element of having to start out with cards that you didn't pick for yourself or something like that. And so I'll just go ahead and keep all of these because they'll give me a nice mid-range hand right as soon as I get a few mana crystals built up. Well, the basic mechanic of this game is that you'll gain a mana crystal every turn, and you each gain like 1 for 1. So there's a few cards that'll like give you an extra mana crystal or something like this that I got. You'll get a coin if you go second, and you'll get an extra card because I guess they thought it was important to balance that out. So right now I don't have anything I can summon for 1 mana, but he actually had this card, North Shadow Cleric. It's pretty good because when he heals it, he'll get to draw a card, and so I have to make sure that it dies within like a single stroke. This can be very annoying. And he's giving even more hit points now. He's got 5 hit points, but it only has 1 point of damage, so it can attack me here. He didn't even attack me with it because I guess maybe he forgot. I don't know. I'm not gonna do anything to it because I don't want him to heal it and I don't want him to draw any cards. I'm just gonna soak this damage onto my hero. See, he noticed that he forgot to attack, but that's alright. It's every hero has 30 hit points and you have 30 cards in your deck, and if you draw through them completely, the game doesn't end, but you can only go up to 10 mana crystals, and if you run out of cards and you start drawing empty like slots, you'll just take damage on your hero more and more each round until someone dies. So it's sort of like a stalemate thing. You won't be able to sit there and just turtle necessarily or do any one particular strategy that's going to work all the time, because the game is diverse. And it's got like kind of a robust enough card set that you can go about different ways, and there's like 8 different classes, so you won't be able to try everything right away because you have to level up your classes in order to gain more cards, which I thought is a nice incentive to play the game a bit and get into it. There's a little tutorial when you first start up the game at first, and it'll make you play that, so that you'll understand the basic mechanics of the game. Are very intuitive. And like I said, like anyone can play this, and you don't need a keyboard for it. You can play it on, you know, your iPad or whatever. You're welcome, Apple, right? Not like you need my help, but anyway. I've got like too many cards in my hand. Look at this. Let's start playing something here. What do I want to do? Maybe not the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'll go with the Dragonly mechanic. Yes, Mr. Bitey. Bring him along too. We'll have a nice time. Also, oh, what the fuck is that? The art in this game is cute. I've always kind of liked the Warcraft universe because it's not very realistic and it doesn't take itself too seriously. There's definitely, for whatever you can say about Blizzard, they're an evil megalomaniacal super corporation who only cares about money. They do at least have a sense of humor, and they put quite a bit of quality effort and work and polish into their products. You know, I like the way that World of Warcraft looked, but when it first came out, I heard people complaining that the graphics were like childish or something. But you know, I played the Blizzard games growing up. I played a lot of Warcraft. I still play a lot of Dota, which isn't quite the same thing, but I mean, it really is though if you think about it. So, what else have we got going on here? All right, let's make something happen. I need like some spell damage. I could transform something into a sheep. I've got a little frostbolt. That's what I'm looking for. Get this freaking bear out of my face. Right, so you know you have to really conserve your resources here because you only have like a limited amount. I know right now it looks like I have like a shit ton of cards in my hand, but normally you'll run out of cards very quickly if you're playing them every turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and give off the Arcane Intellect there, because I'd rather have more cards. Now, even if you're not familiar with World of Warcraft, you might have seen some kind of meme online. It was like a viral video about this guy named Leroy Jenkins who basically charges into the jaws of death and gets his team killed while they're sitting there talking about strategy and trying to plan out their raid. It's like this big raid instance for Warcraft. But I never played a lot of WoW, but I did play a shit ton of Warcraft 3 and like Defense of the Ancients and stuff. As you can see by other videos, we have Dota 2 is one of our main series that we're doing. So if you're interested in that, definitely take a look as well. While you're watching this video, if you're interested in trying out Hearthstone, you can actually download the game as well, because it only takes like 5 minutes if you have a fast enough connection. He's attacked me quite a few times, like 6 times already, but he's only done 6 points of damage with these little cards, so it's not a big concern. What else can we say? I want to get rid... He just healed this fucking thing right back up, didn't he? Man. We're at such a standoff. Dunna 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 dunna. Get the Acolyte of Pain out of there. And let's summon some mirror images now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Alright, next round should be good for me, because I'll have a combo going off now that I have enough mana saved up. There can be a lot to think about if you really start saving up your cards. Trying to do all the math in your head is like a nightmare, because they all sometimes do random effects and things as well. But that's definitely just because I'm playing like a built strategy, whereas if you want, you can just rush the field with lots of small units and do just as well that way. And you could be like 3 years old for all I know, sitting on your freaking floor playing with a smartphone or something. It was an Android. Yeah, but you can get, there's 8 classes to master, and you can get extra cards by opening packs for each class, and also neutral cards as well. Like this thing is one of the basic neutrals with silverback and everything. But you can add these to any deck to flesh out your class in whichever way sort of suits your playstyle and the theme build that you're going for. So what do I want to do here? I want to give these minions spell damage +1, right? So that's like spell damage +2, and then I'm going to cast Arcane Explosion to deal 3 damage to everything. Yeah, so it's worked out perfectly for me, because I get to kill his units without them being healed by his healing spell. That'd be very annoying to me. So the last thing I'm gonna do is deal 1 damage to his hero there. So this thing is a berserking unit, and it'll gain damage from me hitting it, but it only does 2 points against this mirror image, because it's just going to have to taunt and face that thing instead. So if you want to try this out for yourself, you can go for like, I'm going to deal lots of damage to you with spells and things, and kind of lure your opponent into like a false sense of security, and then unleash like a barrage of spells or something, to try to finish them off there. But if they have a lot of strong healing, or they have defensive cards in their deck, that might not work out so well. You might want to just bank all of your resources on like a fast rushing strat that burns through your hand quickly, but can definitely take out all of the opponents like the points of the cards that they play before anything is really built up. So right now, the crazy things going on is restoring a lot of hit point health to his units that were damaged by my attacks, and he's got a lot of damage on this thing. So right now I'm going to want to probably freeze these with a Cone of Cold. Does that sound good? And what else could I do? Just that, I guess. I can summon this Water Elemental. It's also freezing things. If you want to do an all ice theme deck, you can. There's definitely a bit of flexibility for your creative side. And as you may have noticed, all of these units like say something, like a little quip when you summon them.
Where am I?
So they also apparently say something when they attack as well. And so you get to hear a lot of flavor from the Warcraft universe if you're into that kind of thing. And I think the music is kind of nice too. It's soothing. You can get lost in this game and play a lot. You can drop a lot of money into it, but you don't have to. You can have fun just playing with the other starter cards and stuff. And so, you know, if you want to go into like the arena or something and build like a draft deck of random cards, you can. That way you get to experience like all of the flavor of the game. And you can even find like legendary and epic cards just by going through your draft and that, and build the deck the way that you like. But it's quite competitive because you're playing for prizes. You know, the more wins you get, you'll level up your prize package and get like additional gold back and crafting dusts and cards that you can use and extra card packs and things like that. Or you could just spend your gold directly onto the card packs and open them in the hopes of, you know, finding like a legendary card or something like this. This is the only one that I've found so far, and I've been playing this for a few months, but I feel like maybe other people might be a lot more lucky than I am in general, because I've definitely seen some big cards come into play in other people's decks. And it's possible that sitting there spending, you know, hundreds of dollars on their parents' credit card to buy all of this shit. But ultimately, you know, if you have a solid strategy and you can play the random element in your favor, then you don't need to invest a lot into this game to win. It does help because obviously, you know, that's part of their platform for making money, I guess, in the business strategy and everything. But so what can I do? I'm gonna take out his units with my cheap things here. The sheep. Rah. Attack with the sheep. What is that, like a headbutt? And oh, wait a second. Get the Azure Bank on the field. This is one of my favorite cards. It's a rare card for 5 mana. It's a 4/4. I don't know if I've mentioned. There's only like 3 basic card stats, other than like its rarity and its description. Is that it has a mana cost, an attack damage, and a hit point value. And so, I'm gonna freeze this thing. It does 11 points of damage. I don't want to let it hit me. Pew pew. Get him out of there. Alright, 17 points of damage. My god, this thing is crazy. If it hits me, I'll like die in a single stroke. He's probably getting frustrated right now because it's been frozen for 2 turns and it can't attack me. That's one of the nice things about the mage, is that she's got a great array of utility spells and direct damages and like area of effect things as well, as you might have seen the Arcane Explosion that I used earlier, and that'll definitely come into play here in a moment. Behold! It sounds very mighty. Storm Wind. Who made you the Storm Authority, bro? You can come at me. I'm not afraid of you. Champion. Fucking 7 mana cost. I don't even run expensive cards like this in my deck because the problem is if you only got like 4 cards in your hand and you can't play most of them, it's going to make it hard for you to, you know, well, win the game and do anything. I prefer like 3 to 4, 5 point cost cards, and I won't generally even go above that because you've only got a limited amount of mana crystals. If you want to play more than 1 card in your turn, you're going to have to combo lower cost cards at first and kind of build up to that. So right now I'm going to be a dick and polymorph this thing down. Is that what I want to do? I can also cast a fireball on it. Polymorph that one, fireball this one for 7 damage. And yeah, he's not too happy about that. Well, he's still got quite a few cards in his hand too, though. He's got 6 cards to my 4, so it's possible that anything could happen. I think I have a solid strategy in mind though for finishing this because as my minions get to attack him next round, he probably won't be able to kill all of them. And then I can summon this card, which has charge, meaning it can attack right away, and so there's additional 6 points of damage on the board. Any kind of thing that has an immediate effect. If you're familiar with like magic or something, these cards come into play with like a summoning sickness, or basically they can't do anything for 1 round unless they have a description like charge or some other thing that gives them an ability. Shadow Word, pain. Feel the pain of shadows. But he's a golem. What does he care? He just like comes back as a broken golem. damage. Probably could have gotten rid of that sheep there before it killed my unit, but
Not quite what was planned.
looks like he misclicked. He probably meant to heal his hero. What else we got here? I've got 10 mana, and I'm going to use 6 of it to do this. So I've actually summoned both of these other units. Yeah, I'll do that. Leroy!
Where am I?
That mage doesn't know where he is. Time's up, let's do this. At least I have chicken. I love the little quips and everything. The flavor of this game, once again, I find it very appealing because they've got a lot of effort into these little artworks, and if you hover over the cards, you can see them, a little close up. I can see what my opponent's doing too if he's looking through his hand or highlighting something on screen, and perhaps even if you click around like this. But this is one of my favorite cards. I'll tell you, the spell damage +1 is a really useful ability, and any kind of card draw as well. Man, that was one holy nova. I probably shouldn't have blown all my cards on that turn either. If I'd waited 1 round, I probably could have made sure that his hero died without losing all of my units there, but what can I say? Fortune favors the bold. I've only got 1 card left in my hand though, and I'm not sure I can deal 16 points of damage to him. It might draw like a fireball or something. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see? That worked out in my favor. Boom.
Where am I?
Right here. Oh, there's another thing.
Well played, sir.
If you click on your hero, right, it'll say like a little taunt or something. Wow, my computer's freezing. Holy crap. Well played. Yeah. I'm gonna congratulate you.
Well played, sir.
Have one on the house.
Flawless victory.
Babality. Right, so this is my first victory of the day, actually. I've been doing terribly due to random elements, but so you can definitely see some aspects of the game mechanics. If you're willing to try it out, it's not going to take long to master the game per se, in the sense of that, there's always more depth to the strategy as you get more into it and learn your deck building. I'll show you a few of the other things here real quick. There's a play mode, practice, the arena. You can look at your collection, open packs, do your quest log for gold, or I spend actual money on the game, or spend your in-game gold for packs. But that's all there is to it, really. And as I said, because it's a simple game that has sort of an elegant strategy to it, it doesn't take very long to download if you're interested in trying and go out. It's only like 5-10 minute download depending on your connection speed. And so that's all for today, but if you're interested in seeing more about Hearthstone and like strategy or something, if you have something in mind that you'd like to see played, I can probably do that for you and bring you more content based on this game. But normally I'd be doing like Dota videos or something, and that's kind of our thing. We'll try to bring you more first looks of other games, as well as some new top 10s and things as time goes on.
That looks like a football player, not Hearthstone.
Right?